morning, everybody. Dr. Rick Wallace here, dropping in on you. I hope that everybody's had a solid week. And in those cases where your week may have been a little hectic and crazy, like mine, you have the ability to reset. Um, you have the ability to reset, press the reset button. Uh, for those of you who believe in the influence of lunar bodies, um, whether you believe in it or not, it definitely has an impact. Even the tides of the ocean respond to the positioning of the moon. Um, those who are really into it know that we've been going through a period where Mercury is in retrograde and it gets kind of crazy. The thing is to slow down, relax, breathe, and understand that it's all a part of the process, that you can actually learn to navigate it. You can learn to respond to it. You can learn to win in it. You know, it's just part of life. Everything comes with challenges and they come in different ways, different modes, different situations. And it is extremely important that you get that. Um, Before I get into this morning, I've got to be a little quick this morning. I have 3 sessions this morning before I take over daddy duty and take the kids to their nephew's, my grandson's first birthday party. So it's going to be a busy morning. Um, I've got to take on full daddy duty because Marion has an open house. Normally, I do the open houses with her. I don't like her being in the house alone, but this one is in a gated community, and I think she'll be fine there. But the kids definitely want to be at their nephew's first birthday party, and my son would be very disappointed if they weren't. So we're going to take care of that. But before I do that, I have 3 sessions with 3 different clients that I have to get out of the way. So I'm going to have to kind of move through this. But I did want to remind you of some things that's going on. If you haven't gotten Critical Mass, The Phenomenon of Next Level Living, that's book number 20, the first in a 6-book series on personal development and life change and success. The link is in there. Also, if you are a person that knows there's something you want to do, or you know that there's some place you need to be that you're not, and it seems to be this wall, whether that's holding you back, whether it's fear, whether it's worry, anxiety, uncertainty. A lot of times it's a combination, and it leads to procrastination, it leads to indecisiveness and things of that nature, and you need to push through a breakthrough. We are still offering a 30-minute breakthrough session at no charge. It's on me. 30 minutes. This is, again, you can't get everything taken care of in 30 minutes, but you can get an idea of what you can do now to experience a significant impact. And, some people have, after these, obviously decided to work with me on long term, and we're having a ball. But this comes with no strings attached. Yes, there are going to be some people, and I don't work with everybody on an ongoing basis. I do qualify people that I work with for a number of different reasons. It takes a lot of my times when I'm working with someone one-on-one. You're in my time, and I want to give my time to people who are truly committed to changing their lives. So I do look at whether a person is just out there because it seems cool at the moment, or if they're just in a moment where they're stressing and they're talking about it now, but they're not going to stick with it. This is my lane, human behavior. I'm reading you the whole time we're talking, and I'm knowing just how urgent this is to you. And so I'm looking but for those that do appear to be a great fit, I would love to have you on, but if not, take what you get, that 30 minutes, and go run with it. That's that. Finally, I have launched a masterclass. It's digital business. It's a digital business masterclass. It's about how to go from concept, just an idea, to actually launching a business online in 3 weeks. And I'm going to show you step by step. I've been doing this for now 16, 17 years. And I came into this thing when everybody was selling BS online, telling you with one click you can do this, with one click you can do that, and everything was had prices that ended with 7. We laugh. Some of us who've been around that long laugh about that a lot on online in little inside jokes. You know, $27, $57, $97, 127. It was crazy, but you know, I had to go through that. I had to learn the hard way of getting out and researching and reading and okay, this is how it's done. I had to learn what SEO was. I had to learn what keyword density was, long tail keywords, all that stuff now that's almost falling in the background because algorithms are switching so much. But I mean, you can almost put anything online and digitize it and earn money online. I've helped one of my clients. I helped her launch her fashion business. I helped another one launch a interior decorating business. I've helped people with writing. I've earned money, a significant amount of money online as a freelance writer, writing content for other sites, writing content for detailed descriptions on products. There's so many different ways. There are a couple of platforms that I still write for when I've got a little time on my hand because they pay well enough to make it work, to make it count. But it's so many different things. Whatever your passion is, the first thing we're going to discover in search is your passion. What are you passionate about? What drives you? Because you want to build your business in a place that acknowledges your gifting, acknowledges your talent, and acknowledges what you're passionate about, because there are going to be times where it's tough. And if you don't have anything driving you except the money or the fact that it's a business up there, you'll get worn out. You got to have something that makes you wake up in the morning and take on the challenges of the day. And that's your purpose. And when you can connect your business to your purpose, meaning that you're providing people with solutions to their issues and their problems, oh man, it's great. If you want to learn more about this masterclass, and it's a highly individualized, customized class. You won't be in class with anyone else. This is going to be a one-on-one endeavor with yours truly, because we're going to be focusing on what will work for you. So every word, every exchange, every email, every encounter is going to be about what's going to work for you. So it's no generalized content. This is like, hey, this is who you are. This is what you can do. We're going to look at several different options you have. We're going to talk about how to get it started. And in many cases, I have started businesses with nothing but my time. There's so many sites that you can set up landing pages on, set up entire websites on, free of charge. Now, it won't be a customized domain name, which I recommend because it's good for branding. It looks more professional. But I've done very well with Blogspot, Wix, Weebly, and WordPress. Done very well with those free sites. As a matter of fact, I get very good ranking off Blogspot because Blogspot is owned by Google. So just some things, but if you're really serious about it, email me at that address. I'll tell you everything you need to know. And I guarantee you, here's the thing I tell everybody. I can't guarantee you what you're going to make because I can't guarantee you what work you're going to put in, how you're going to approach your day. There's no such thing as this is what you can do because this is what everybody else is doing. Everybody, when it comes down to your own business, it's going to be how much you invest yourself, how much you're committed to it, how long you stay in the game, what you're willing to do. It's real simple. I talk about this all the time. If you want to have the things that other people don't have, you got to be willing to do the things that other people won't do. You can't be where everybody else is at, doing what everybody else is doing and expect to get more. It just doesn't work that way. Okay, with that being said, let's talk. Today is Saturday morning. We're going to talk about success principles. I'm going to be real brief with this. I'm going to be real direct. Never lose yourself in the random opinions of middle-minded people. I know far too many people who have allowed themselves to be defined by the opinions of other people. I know people who are walking around now miserable because they're living a life someone else chose for them. That is highly, highly toxic. It's not about what you like. It's about how it affects you. See, a lot of people have shrank their expectations for themselves, their lives, their goals, their aspirations because somebody told them that they couldn't, or somebody told them that it wasn't realistic. There's an ongoing joke for the last at least 25, 30 years for the people who've known me that long, that the quickest way to get booted out of my circle is to tell me or someone in my circle to be realistic. I don't tell nobody where they need to have their expectations. That's a personal process of growth. But I don't allow people to tell me where my expectations should be, because now you're trying to impose your beliefs and expectations upon me. And that's totally and completely unacceptable. What's real for you is not going to be real for me. And I keep proving that to myself over and over in my life. I haven't set a goal yet that I haven't achieved. Now there have been a bunch of times I set goals and it didn't happen when I thought it was going to happen, because I'm highly aggressive in goal setting. I don't set tiny little goals. I'm not about dwarfed goals, colorless dreams, and mundane visions. That's not me. I'm about saying there's something inside of me that was planted there by the Creator that says exceptional, extraordinary, phenomenal, and I'm going to live in it. And being exceptional, extraordinary, and phenomenal does not come without challenge. It does not come without discomfort. It does not come without pain. A lot of the times, it's not that you can't. It's that you won't, because you don't want to deal with the discomfort. You don't want to deal with the pain. You don't want to deal with the hardships and difficulties that are associated with rising. You don't rise without going through a storm. You don't rise without being in uncomfortable and unfamiliar situations. How are you going to move into something newer and greater without having to move into a new environment that you're unfamiliar with, that doesn't feel comfortable? How are you going to sit up and grab a hold to something bigger and greater when you won't let go of what's down here, because that's your security blanket? In order to climb anything, you're taking a risk. In the most simple thing, you're climbing a ladder. In order to climb a ladder effectively, you're taking risks. How are you taking risks? You're taking one foot off, one hand off. Every time you get ready to rise, you release your total grip and foundation. Your feet are your foundation, your hands are your grip. You got to take one foot off and one hand off to climb. That's riskier than standing there. The thing is, when you're standing there, you're safer, but you're not moving. You're going to have to take one hand off, one foot off in order to get higher. It's a risk involved in climbing. In anything you want to make, any analogy you want to make in life, there's a risk. And if you don't take the risk, you're not going to make it. If you don't sit up and say, I'm going for it, you're not going to get it, period. But what you cannot do, what you absolutely, unequivocally cannot do, is let somebody else define you. You have to understand who you are. You have to spend enough time reassuring yourself through your self-talk, through your affirmations, through your meditation, through your prayer, of who you are. You have a certain level, a high level of what we call personal sovereignty. What does that mean? The ability to make choices, decisions, and control your environment. You don't get to control every situation. You don't get to control every circumstance. You don't get to dictate everything that's happening in the world around you, but you absolutely get to dictate how you're going to engage it. From what position are you going to engage it? What paradigm are you viewing life through? What lens do you see your situations and your challenges through? See, for what is a problem for one person is a challenge to another, and a puzzle to another. The challenge can be overcome, the puzzle can be figured out, the problem remains problematic. Most people who see things through the lens of problems need someone else to fix them. And it becomes an easy cop-out because most people look to God to fix them. But see, God's already provided the solution, but he's asked and challenged you to go out and get it. It's that simple. See, a lot of people sitting around waiting for God to do something you are designed to do. You're built to do it. It's in you. You heard me say this many times. The reason why you're frustrated in your prayer life is because you keep praying to God to deliver you from the giants he sent you to slay. You're trying to pray your way out of your purpose. That's never going to happen. You can't disqualify yourself and pray your way out of something. The answer is going to automatically be no. This is why you're here. You're here to make an impact. You're not here just to live, just to survive. You're here to thrive. You're here to make an impact. You're here to make the world around you better. That comes with some challenges. Nobody likes to hear that part. They want the promise without the process. I keep saying that. You want this better life, but you don't want to go through the process. The process hurts. It's just like if you training to get your body in shape, you want that body, you want the six packs, you want the toned legs, you want the toned arms, you want the full development, but you don't want the pain that comes with it. You don't want the pain from the training, the cardio, whatever type of training you're putting your body through. You don't want the pain from the burn of the resistance training. You don't want to experience DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, the following couple of days that comes from two things: the buildup of lactic acid and the micro tears in the muscles as they break down so they can build back stronger. Did you hear me? There's a breaking down process in order to build up stronger. It's not just in biology. You are going to have to understand that you're going to go through some things. This thing isn't about ease. It's not about ease. Your security isn't found in your positioning. That's where most people lose sight. Your security is found in your beliefs, in your faith, in what you trust. Because life is moving whether you want to move with it or not. Now, I would prefer to move on my terms. I would prefer to make a decision to go out there, because life will come find you in your corner of comfort. And every last person watching this video, every last person that will watch this video can attest to that. You can hide in your corner of comfort if you want to. You can pretend that whatever it is you're clinging to that makes you feel safe, it's actually safe, because life will come get you. In one of my business endeavors in the early 2000s, I did what was called international relocation. And I did it for businesses, for their high-level execs. I've worked with some companies that a lot of people know, EDS, Unical, Flora Daniels, Dresser Industries, and a number of others. I even was the person personally chosen to bring back all of the Enron employees who were expatriated. I repatriated those people. I did that. And I got to meet a lot of people who had spent 20, 25 years in a place they thought was secure. Life came and found them. And life found them at a time where they were in their 50s, a lot of them. There was one lady who was a secretary to one of the executives I was bringing back home, and I had to handle her repatriation as well. And that goes from everything from household goods, shipping. I did expatriating and repatriating, and that had to do with everything from from household goods, packing, shipping, sea shipments, air shipments, documents and paperwork, custom clearance of everything that was shipped back into the U.S., new home finding, all of the stuff that gets them resituated. But I also, with the Enron employees, I had to be the one to tell them what their severance package was, what they were walking away with. This one woman, there were so many people that I dealt with, but this one woman, she was I'm saying secretary, she was probably more like a personal assistant. She had been with the company for 30 years. She was this close to retiring. She had listened to the reports that they were filing and to overstate the strength and the value of their stock. And she had then overweighted her 401 into Enron stock, probably beyond anything anybody should ever do anyway. But she had done it based on false information. And she would have retired with over $1 million in her 401k. She retired with zero. You think you're secure. You think you're secure. You can hide. Life will find you. What you've got to do is determine who you are and how you're going to use who you are to impact the world. If you're constantly looking up and life is impacting you and you're not impacting the world, that's not a situation about or focused on your condition. That's a situation on how you're taking life. Because I guarantee you can look at anybody that's anywhere in life, no matter where they have arrived, and they're doing great. They will tell you that they go through the things you go through in one way or another. They're not up there smooth sailing with no problems. They've learned how to manage their problems. They've learned how to engage their problems. They see their problems as puzzles. They see their problems as challenges. They see their problems as opportunities. And that is what you're going to have to do. But don't let someone else define you. You've got to live your life. And at the end of the day, you've got to answer for what you've produced in your life. You're going to be the one person in this world when it's time for you to leave, if you have that opportunity to know, okay, you know, I've lived my life, I'm coming to the end. And you start to reflect, you're the one that's going to have to be okay with it. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It's, did I give it my best? Can I be satisfied with what I gave the world? Did I write a narrative that left a legacy, that will leave this a legacy that will speak of me long after I'm gone? Is there enough in my life resume to say I came, I saw, and I conquered? That's going to be the question. Look, I'm going to get off of here. I got a couple of minutes to prepare before my first session. Define yourself. I'm not saying be foolish. I'm not saying ignore people who are dropping wisdom, but you'll know those people because they'll be uplifting you while holding you accountable. They won't give you a pass. They won't be yes men or yes women. They'll tell you when you're, you know what stinks, but they're also going to be constantly encouraging you to be the best you. They're not going to be trying to hold you in a situation that fits into their particular idea of what life is. You are responsible for your purpose. You are responsible for your design. You are responsible for actualizing your potential. Don't let life dictate to you either what you do, because life don't throw punches. Trust me. Life will throw punches consistently. Some of them you're going to have to be good enough and strong enough to take. Others you dodge. But you better be punching back. On that note, I'm going to check out of here. As I always say, live your life on full so that you die on E. And don't forget, check the description box or the post box or wherever the written content is for this video to take advantage of some of the offers there. Definitely, if you're serious about launching your first digital business, or if you tried to launch a digital business in the past and it didn't turn out well, and you want step-by-step guidance on how to get that done, email me with the email address that's in there for the digital business masterclass, and we'll get, if you want to follow through, we'll get you signed up. If not, look at the other stuff that's in there. Get the book or sign up for your free one-time free breakthrough session. With that being said, I've got to jump out of here. You guys have an unbelievable day, and I'll check in with you later.